With Turkey being one of the few countries open for travel during COVID, we wanted to go over whether you should travel here right now and what to expect when you get here.
All packed up. We're going to start exploring more of Turkey starting from tomorrow. But before we take off, we just wanted to answer some of the questions you may have in your head.
So we're going to give you everything you need to know about traveling to and in Turkey once you get here. And that even starts before you arrive. You can now purchase insurance specifically for your coronavirus concerns through a website called covidinsuranceforturkey.com. It's a government-sponsored website, and for as little as 15 euros, you can get 3,000 euros worth of coverage or as much as 7,000 euros worth of coverage for 23 euros. So it's relatively cost effective for you to get covered for any concerns you may have about catching coronavirus while you're here.
Although Turkey doesn't require you to take a COVID test before you arrive here, if you want to do it, there are 50 rapid testing stations at Istanbul airport, and you can find out about your results. Not to mention that's as cost efficient as 250 liras, which is I think equivalent to $34.
It's really cheap. You find out your results like within a few hours. While you're in the country, you could actually track the statistics downloading an app that you're going to need to travel domestically. Currently, there's about 1,500 cases per day, and Turkey has ramped up their testing to about 100,000 cases per day, all of which you could see through what's called a HES app.
The HES Life Fits into Home application is actually a government application which is required if you're taking a bus, train, or flight within Turkey. So with this code, basically they're tracking to make sure that if you're around any coronavirus patient, then they will immediately let you know, and they are basically controlling to make sure that it's not spreading. Not to mention that this is not just for Turkish citizens. If you're a foreigner, you can also get this code, and it's as easy as just downloading the application on your phone within 5 minutes, and you get a QR code, and you can just scan it when you're taking any of the transportation within the country.
And even if you have problems with the code, there's a way to actually text 2023 with like your application information. They'll actually send you a QR code directly on your phone.
And speaking of transportation, when you're traveling in Turkey, you need to keep in your mind that if you're in public, you have to wear a mask at all times. Of course, except the times when you're eating or drinking. And if you don't, you may actually get a ticket at 900 lira, which is equivalent to...
It's like 130 US dollars,
yeah,
give or take right now. So it's still a lot of money, even in US dollars and euros. So we definitely recommend always wear your mask. It's the law here, and you should be doing that no matter where you are. So just some of the other precautions that we've noticed and that are taking place all around Turkey, whether it's on planes, trains, and buses, they're doing a very, very deep cleaning to make sure you feel safe and comfortable. We took a bus ourselves and saw them going straight through the whole bus with the chemical cleaning that's, proven safe for humans, but it's also killing any of the virus that's left over if somebody had the coronavirus prior to you being on the bus. And this is done at hotels and restaurants as well. So we felt safe going out and about everywhere in Turkey so far. Another great thing that they've been doing at restaurants is actually there's a QR code now directly on your table, and you scan the QR code, get the menu straight on your phone, and you never have to touch a physical menu. Just something to keep in mind. They're doing a lot of things to make sure you don't have contact with other people during this trying time.
There are also temperature checks almost everywhere when you're entering to a mall, a restaurant, a transportation.
So I think the most impressive precaution that I've seen taken though was we went to a gas station, and gas stations in Turkey are immaculate, and everything was touchless. Even entering the door, you didn't need to use an elbow or anything like that, one of those motions. You were able to just kind of like swipe your hand across
and the door's open.
Yeah, and the door's just open. I was so shocked and so amazed. So yes, Turkey's going to the extremes to make everything as touchless as possible so you don't get coronavirus.
And most importantly, there's a secret weapon in Turkey, which is basically what saved the whole country. It is colonia, the scented alcohol. It smells really nice. It's Turkish custom when you enter to a house or a business. First thing first, they will pour some scented alcohol in your hands to make sure your hands are clean before they get your black tea. Since it was a custom before, now Turkish people are using it more widely because of the alcohol in it, and it's actually more effective than hand sanitizers. In March or April, I believe, there was a shortage in colonia across all country. I myself carry colonia with me in my handbag at all times.
Just like the US and Australia ran out of hand sanitizer, Turkey ran out of colonia. But the cool thing about colonia is it's actually over 80% alcohol, so it's more efficient then hand sanitizer, and it smells great. This is lemon scented. Thing though that we would say, if it's worthwhile to make it to Turkey now, putting everything aside with the coronavirus, the timing is perfect to come to Turkey. September and October are some of its nicest months to visit Istanbul, as well as into the south of Turkey. It still says summer like through October. So now is the perfect time to visit Turkey, but of course you should take the health precautions strictly under guidance.
Of course, we're not encouraging anyone to travel at this time, or we're not telling that you would definitely guarantee not get sick if you travel, because in the end of the day, that's ultimately your decision. For us, we quit our jobs for this very passion. We start out this channel because we were so passionate about traveling, and since everything prematurely ended because of coronavirus back in mid-March, we really are itching to travel because we dedicated this time to do so. So we feel safe and secure at least to start traveling around Turkey and hopefully abroad coming soon. But if you ever want to come to Turkey, we just want you to know some of the precautions that Turkey takes overall.
And of course, we were here since March, so traveling domestically here, we know the situation and we feel much safer knowing that these precautions have taken place in front of our own eyes. Of course, wear your mask everywhere, be careful everywhere, weigh the risk versus the reward of traveling right now. But for us, we're actually heading back out on the road right now.
And we're gonna start exploring more southern part of Turkey. Of course, the winter is coming and we don't know what's next, but at least we know that this is planned for now for us to get excited about, and hopefully it will excite you too to see our upcoming content. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a like if you find this information useful. We really appreciate the support. We're hoping to see you on the road, I guess.
We'll see you all soon.
Bye.
This is damn good Ivy Lake toast.
Awesome as always.
And I'm gonna say it. I might get in trouble for this, but